Good morning, everyone, and welcome to this webinar on the latest innovation in environmental data released by Splunk, the Splunk EDG Hub. So today I'm going to be going over a little bit of an introduction into what the EDG Hub is, its key features, and the data integration and transmission associated with EDG Hub. We're also going to be taking a look at Somerford's partnership with Splunk and how this enables the easier onboarding, installation, and ongoing support with the EDG Hub and any of your EDG Hub needs. So I'm going to start off with a brief introduction to myself. I'm Becca Lambert and I'm part of the pre-sales and technical team here at Somerford Associates. And most recently, I've been specialising in the EDG Hub and all that it has to offer. And I'm going to share some of the EDG Hub knowledge that I have acquired over this time with you all today. So without further ado, let's get on with the webinar. First off, I do need to give you some forward-looking and legal statements from Splunk. So we may potentially talk about some future events or future plans of the company, and basically we just need to caution everybody that these statements reflect our current views and expectations based on what we know and what we hear through the grapevine. So of course timescales and actual results may differ, so just bear that in mind when watching this video. So what actually is the EDG Hub? The Splunk EDG Hub was announced by Splunk during the .conf of 2023, and since then it has gained a lot of interest as it is Splunk's first kind of approach into hardware, and it's their first kind of hardware device. So it is a huge step for them, and it's a huge step towards bringing your IoT and environmental data into your Splunk environment. But what actually is the EDG Hub? Well, the EDG Hub itself is a fully integrated hardware and software solution with integrated sensors and all the connectivity libraries needed for these already integrated into it. This provides the user with a quick and easy to use solution of getting all your environmental data into your Splunk environment. EDG Hub helps you integrate any of the data from your environmental sensors, IoT devices, and industrial equipment. This is a subset of data which I think we can all agree has been historically hard to access. But EDG Hub provides you with some clear visibility within this data, and this can help you enable improved decision making in operational conditions and asset monitoring. This can help you achieve a much higher level of digital resilience, i.e. more data, more clarity, better decision making. This helps you fully utilize Splunk's advanced analytics platform for all of your operational technology and IoT data needs by bringing this whole new subset of data into Splunk. So the EDG Hub was created with a very clear problem statement in mind, and this was to help you combine the data insights offered from the Splunk analytic platform with your environmental data. The onboard sensors within the EDG Hub not only help with the data collection, but its direct connection with Splunk provides with an easy setup and integration with your existing Splunk environment. The EDG Hub also helps address the pain point of data fragmentation, which is something that can be very commonly associated with data from physical environments, where it can be often difficult to spot the root causes of issues, and blind spots can be a common occurrence. EDG Hub allows for the complete aggregation of data throughout the physical environment, by whether this is being placed on top of an IoT infrastructure or to collect data the data currently being collected in order to further enhance the visibility provided. You can also use the EDG Hub as a main point of data collection. Like I said, it does have those inbuilt sensors. So if you didn't have an existing IoT data collection infrastructure set up, the EDG Hub itself can be the first step towards that, as it does have inbuilt sensors, meaning that you can physically place it in the environment that you would like to monitor, such as a data center or manufacturing facility, and see those results coming into Splunk straight away. So here's an example dashboard, which I think is a really good summary of the level of visibility that can be achieved through the data collected by the EDG Hub. So it's like a really nice single pane of glass approach where you can see all of the information from your environment without the need of going into all the sensors individually. So I think it is a really good kind of summary of what you can have. And by having all this data going into your Splunk platform, you're creating this really nice kind of level of visibility alongside the other data. I mean, it's no secret that the more data you have, then the better insight that you can have into what's going on around you. But when you combine this with the Splunk platform, it means that not only is the data you collect more attainable, but it also helps you gain a much further insight into the data that you are collecting, and helps you make the most of your infrastructure, services, and processes This can then lead to increased visibility and observability of your whole infrastructure. But ultimately, by using the Splunk platform and combining it with the Edge Hub's methodology for collecting data, you can take action on the insights provided and help you achieve a lot more with your data. So I think the Edge Hub, the main kind of big point to it is it's bringing that IoT data into Splunk. I mean, those using Splunk already can see the obvious benefits that it has. It helps you bring that data in, and all the kind of clarity looking at that data in dashboards like that can give you. The Edge Hub helps you bring your IoT data into the same level of visibility as you can your other data coming into Splunk. So the sensor data collected by the Edge Hubs can help you observe the statuses and processes of your equipment systems and much more. So yeah, yet again, combining it with this Splunk can give you those valuable insights and trends presented by the sensor data. Through this, you can establish accurate alert thresholds, KPIs, and help you make informed decisions through these observations, and then take the appropriate action through identifying risks or abnormalities. By using the sensor data, you can also look at implementing predictive maintenance through using the sensor data and help you predict when any potential failures may occur, or enable you to address any potential failures before they occur. Saving any loss which might happen through potential downtime, and extend the life of equipment by performing that maintenance before it's necessarily needed as a matter of urgency. So in order to address this quite big problem statement, the Edge Hub itself comes as a multi-component solution. Component one is the Edge Hub device itself. This is a piece of hardware which acts as an IoT gateway device and is equipped with sensors such as light, temperature, and sound. We'll go into a little bit more detail about the sensors that come pre-built into the Edge Hub a little bit later. These sensors are housed in a robust outer shell carrying an ingress protection rating of IP66. This is one of the highest levels of protection offered, enabling the device to survive in any potential unfriendly conditions that come from any environment it may be placed in. The device itself also comes preloaded with its own integrated operating system, Edge Hub OS, and is compatible with a wide range of out-of-the-box apps from Splunk base. The second component to this is the Splunk platform itself. So in order to get the data from Edge Hub, you do require a Splunk platform. This can be done through either on-prem or cloud. Version 9.0 or higher for on-prem, and Splunk Cloud Victoria are the ones that you'll need for your Splunk platform needs. And the third component to this is the Splunk Edge Hub mobile app. This is available in both iOS and Android, and can be used to easily configure your devices. As it is a mobile app, it does allow you to control any sensors remotely and help you manage your devices with ease on the go without necessarily being physically at your device at all times, which is perfect if you want to put it in an environment that was a little bit harder to access. So here is the full list of sensors that do come built into the Edge Hub device. So as you can see, we have a light, accelerometer, gyroscope, sound, air pressure, quality, temperature. There is one external and one internal temperature sensor. It also comes with the ability to measure humidity as well. And like I said, these are just sensors that come inbuilt with the Edge Hub device itself. But if you would like to expand that, the Edge Hub does come with built-in network capacity, including Wi-Fi and cellular and GPS. So alongside this, you can extend its capabilities with Bluetooth, LoRa, Wi-Fi, and it fully supports MQTT, Modbus, SNMP, and OPC UA protocols. So if you wanted to expand the range or the level of sensors covered by the Edge Hub by extending it externally, then using your Edge Hub to forward that data into Splunk gives you more kind of freedom to move around and extend your environment as needed without necessarily needing to have many Edge Hubs as part of your environment. So alongside the kind of inbuilt sensors, if you want to extend within the device itself, it does also have 2 USB ports fitted onto the back. This can be used to attach any USB sensors you have. A prime example of this would be to attach a USB camera to the device, and then this will automatically use and utilize the Edge Hub's built-in AI capabilities to monitor people flows within the radius of the camera and the Edge Hub device. So again, further enhancing those environmental monitoring capabilities through extension of the internal sensors on board. So this is a quick kind of look into the hardware itself behind the Edge Hub. So it does actually have a really nice setup behind it. Got a nice little OLED touchscreen, 8GB of RAM and 32GB of eMMC SSD, with the option of cellular being available on request from Splunk. If you'd like a copy of the specification sent over to you, just contact one of the team here at Somerford and we'll be able to get this sent over to you if you'd like to look at it in a little bit more detail. So the requirements needed for Splunk, we did go into this a little bit kind of on the previous slide, but I'm just going to go over it again for you. So the main requirement in order to integrate the Splunk Edge Hub with your existing environment is to have Splunk itself. Fully compatible with enterprise version 9.0 or higher. This can be for either a standalone or clustered environment, or if you're using Splunk Cloud, the Victoria experience is a good one to use for the Edge Hub. In order to connect the Edge Hub with your current deployment, this will need to be done using the Splunk Secure Gateway, meaning that you need to be on version 3.00 or newer for this. The device itself actually connects and sends using HEC. So you would need to have that configured, or if not, we can configure it as part of your setup for when you start using Edge Hub. And then you have the Splunk Edge app, which is available from Splunk Base as well. So when you look at kind of moving on and starting to use your Splunk Edge Hub a little bit more, if you didn't have your HEC already configured, we can do that as part of the setup process, and the app itself, in order to kind of connect with that, is just an easy download from Splunk Base. So I think the really important ones from, if you're looking at going to Edge Hub, will be to make sure that you have the right Splunk version and your secure gateway set up. The other two bits we can do on setup of your Edge Hub. So what's actually included in the device, in the box when you get your device sent over to you? So you get the device itself, which is itself very lovely. I do quite like the design of that. As you can see, it is built to kind of survive in environments. There's no kind of sticky out parts or moving fans or stuff that could cause it to break down. It is kind of built to be in unfriendly conditions. So you get the device itself, and then it also comes with brackets. So if you needed to mount it to anything, it comes fully equipped with those, and even the screws to go with them. You have the external temperature and humidity sensor, which I mentioned earlier, that can connect via one of the ports on the back, which isn't actually available to see on the little photo of it there. Also, it comes with, it's powered via USB-C to USB-C, which then comes with its own little adapter, so you can plug it into any socket there. And it also comes with the converters, so that if you were to move ship this out to a different country, you don't need to worry about an adapter for that. It already comes preset. So how can Somerford themselves actually help you with your Edge Hub? So the Splunk Edge Hub is an entirely partner-led program, meaning currently it can only be purchased through Splunk partners. Somerford Associates is very lucky to be one of these. And we offer a wide range of services as part of our role of being an Edge Hub partner. This includes helping you at every stage of your Edge Hub journey, from manually creating indexes when you want to start up, or helping you set up your Edge Hub from the very beginning and helping you get the prerequisites for this all sorted out. We can also help create dashboards and configure any dashboards within your Splunk environment to help you get up and running with Edge Hub as soon as possible. Can also help you create email, SMS, and Splunk Edge mobile app alerts, so that if you wanted to kind of act on your data straight away, those alerts can help you on the go understand how your environment is getting on. This is also help kind of get you up and running with Edge Hub as soon as possible, and support you along every step of the way of your Edge Hub journey for our ongoing support. Like any of our Somerford customers, you get access to our amazing support desk, and all of the benefits along being a Somerford customer, with all these added benefits of what we offer as part of the Edge Hub as well. It does say here, upon request, we can provide the bumper guards and splash guards for the ports. So Splunk themselves do make extra protection for the Edge Hub. So if it was going to go into a very kind of hostile environment, it might need a little bit of extra protection. And so we can order those from Splunk for you as well. So we kind of act as a really good kind of a helping hand along the way, really. So anything that you need, you can come to us and we will aim to get it sorted as soon as possible and with ease of use, so your journey into Edge Hub is as smooth as possible. Before I do let you guys go, I have had some questions asked me during this session, so I'll answer those as best I can for you now. Okay, so the first of those questions is, what use cases does the Edge Hub meet? This is a really interesting question, and I think it's one that really does enable me to kind of show off what's offered by the Edge Hub, because realistically, the use cases that can be offered are absolutely limitless. Anything that you can think of that will justify, will be help be improved from the implementation of analytics produced by sensor data can be a use case. I mean, when you add a new sensor into the Edge Hub, that itself brings a whole new level of kind of visibility and understanding, which can provide its own use case. So if you've got there's about 7 or 8 sensors within the Edge Hub, and then when you broaden that to connecting external ones, each of those can offer its own use case, and what individuals might be using that sensor for is completely different. So there really is kind of limitless possibilities with what the Edge Hub can offer. I mean, internal conversations I've had with colleagues is when we're looking at what we would use the Edge Hub for, they are all so varied, which I think is a really nice way of looking at how the Edge Hub can kind of respond to individuals. So I'd like to think of it as that the Edge Hub doesn't meet a use case. You can build your own use case within Edge Hub. There is so many possibilities within that. So I'm trying to think of some really good examples here. So the manufacturing data that people may collect would be completely different from one if you were looking in a retail environment, each of which is using sensor data and which those are gaining a real value from this from the data that they are collecting. So there is no simple answer to what use cases that the Edge Hub meet, but I think very much so that when we have people approaching us showing interest in the Edge Hub, we think of it that not that their use cases can fit the Edge Hub, but the Edge Hub can be fitted around those use cases itself, because there is such a varied levels of like sensor collection and all those data that it brings in, is that there is no kind of defined use cases, oh, it's suitable for this. The Edge Hub can be suitable for anything that you would like to collect sensor data for. So it's really, the possibilities offered with that are endless. Someone's asked, where can I go to get more information on the Edge Hub? Well, as the Edge Hub is still a very new thing from Splunk at the moment, there isn't really a lot of information out there at the moment, but we ourselves have tried to give as much information as possible. So we do have a page on our Somerford website which details the Edge Hub and all that we can offer with it. I myself have written some blogs on the Edge Hub, and along with the resources provided from Splunk. But if you would like to learn a little bit more in a little bit more detail, I would suggest reaching out to us here at Somerford, who will put you in touch with a member of our Edge Hub team, who can then help you answer those questions any further and help you kind of reach and see how much the Edge Hub can do for you and your environment, and what benefits you can gain out of looking at the Edge Hub a little bit further. Another question I've been asked is, so why the Edge Hub? Which is another really good one, because realistically there are methods of collecting that sensor data. They've been around for years, so it may lead to asking us that what actually does the Edge Hub kind of bring you as a new innovation? And it's quite simple, is that the Edge Hub offers you Splunk with that data. It enables you to open up your Splunk environment to all of the data that's kind of coming in through it. And it means that you can then use Splunk with any of that data within it. So I think the real key thing with the Edge Hub is that it opens up Splunk, and Splunk is the real key to this. You can have data coming in and you can see it, but Splunk helps you make sense of that data and helps unlock all of the value that you can see within it. I mean, it's all very good knowing that your environment is this temperature at this one time, but it's using Splunk to kind of do those playbooks, perform actions like, oh, it's this temperature when it should be this temperature, we should send you an alert. We can then act upon that data. It's doing something with the data is what provides the value from it, and it's what makes that data itself worth collecting. So for me, I see the Edge Hub as it opens up Splunk to that data, and from that is where you start to see the real value. Collecting the data itself is one thing, but then actually performing analytics with it and being able to make use out of it is what really kind of adds that value and where you can get the maximum use from it at all. So I think that's pretty much it really. The Edge Hub itself is very new, but we at Somerford here are really excited about it and the possibilities that it can offer you, because it really is endless. So if you would like to learn more about it, just please get in touch with us and we will try and help you as best you can. Whether that be looking at what use cases the Edge Hub can offer you, or just seeing how it can be placed on top of your existing environment to help you get that data into Splunk and help seeing the real benefit from the data that you are collecting. Yeah, so if you would like to learn any more about it, please just hop onto our website or contact one of the members of our team who will be able to help you further. Apart from that, I hope you found this session really useful. And if there's anything else I can help you with, please just drop us a message. Okay, well, I will let you all go now, but thank you very much for your time.